Hello everybody, it's Non-Scene News here, and today we've got a lot of breaking updates today. So first, let's just get started with Zelensky's visit to the United Kingdom. So Zelensky met with the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, well, new Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Keir Starmer. Keir Starmer has stated that Russia threatens all of Europe. So that was stated by the Prime Minister. Zelensky also visited King Charles III, and he has stated after their meeting, the United Kingdom remains one of the Ukraine's closest and most important allies. We appreciate all support given to the Ukrainian people. That was stated by Zelensky after his meeting with King Charles III. So if you can see here in your bottom left corner, so discussions with Zelensky and Keir Starmer has started. So by the time of the next video, we'll get the full statements from both leaders, and we'll see if any like aid packages get approved or something. So if you can see in your bottom left corner, Keir Starmer and Zelensky in 10 Downing Street. So very interesting. And after that, Zelensky met with the Spanish Prime Minister. So he expressed gratitude for Spain's unwavering support for Ukraine and recent decisions to provide defense assistance to Ukraine. They discussed the schedule for arm deliveries and further defense support. So we can probably see a Spanish aid package coming through pretty soon or something. And I just want to, I'm pretty sure while Zelensky was in the United Kingdom, he did an interview with a reporter, which I got a clip out of. So Zelensky comments on Donald Trump's plan. So it's about a minute and 20 seconds long clip. So I think you should have a quick watch.
When Donald Trump said last year that he thought this war could end within 24 hours if he was to meet both you and Vladimir Putin, what did you make of that?
So everybody will be happy if one person in the world doesn't depend Donald Trump or not. Okay, Donald Trump. If one person in the world, and this person Donald Trump, can stop the war during 24 hours. The question is, what the price and who will pay? So
do you think you would pay?
I think in his, I'm not meaning that his idea to push us to pay. But if he wants to do it during 24 hours, the simple way is to push us to pay. Because it's understandable how. It means just stop and give. And forget. Sanctions out, everything out. Putin will take the land. Putin will make a victory for his society. We will never go on this. Never. And there is no any guy in the world who can push us to do it.
So there you go. That was the statement from the Ukrainian president Zelensky. He stated that in Donald Trump's plan, Ukraine, he suggested, will have to pay. So he stated that Donald Trump will just give Putin the land or something like this. But a very interesting interview, and I suggest most of you to watch it. So, and also Viktor Orban. So Viktor Orban is the Prime Minister of Hungary. He's also been doing a peace plan through Europe. So he met with the President Zelensky in Kiev and President Putin of Russia, President Xi Jinping of China, and he met with Donald Trump, former President of the United States. So Zelensky actually gets quite mad in a conference about Viktor Orban's peace mission. So again, I'm sorry, but it's better if you watch it than me to explain it. So just give it a watch. Again, it's a minute long.
Putin cannot sustain relationships with truly strong leaders. And this is our advantage. But it remains an advantage only as long as we are united. He may try to approach you or go to some of your partners individually, trying to tempt or pressure you, to blackmail you so that one of you betrays the rest, weakening our unity. Yes, everyone chooses for themselves how to act, of course, and what legacy to leave. But if someone in Europe tries to resolve issues behind others' backs or even at the expense of someone else, if someone wants to make some trips to the capital of war to talk and perhaps promise something against our common interests or at the expense of Ukraine or other countries, then why should we consider such a person? The EU and NATO can also address all their issues without this one individual. Second,
So when he's saying one individual and someone, he's meaning the Prime Minister Viktor Orban. So very interesting statements. And Zelensky, you can see he was he had a bit of a temper at the end and the beginning. So very interesting. And the last news really coming from Zelensky is that Trump will call Zelensky on July the 19th, so today. So later today, we might get a phone call between Donald Trump, and Zelensky. There's been some news coming out in Paris that France has prepared a new aid package for Ukraine, according to the French info. It includes 128 VAB armored personal carriers, 18 self-propelled guns Caesar, 24 light tanks, anti-tank missiles, trucks, and radars. So it is not yet known when this package will be officially announced. It might not. So this is just French sources saying this. So we could expect, I don't know, a month, maybe a week, maybe a couple of days that this package might go through to Ukraine. We've got news coming from Brussels. As you know, the president of the European Commission has been re-elected. So I always butcher her name saying this. So it's von der Leyen. So if you can see this woman here, she's been re-elected as the president of the European Commission for another 5-year term. Her re-election was supported by 401 deputies, with 284 voting against and 15 abstaining. So very interesting. And she received, obviously, as I said, 401 votes. She got more than the minimum required to gain re-election. So very interesting. She also stated, when asked about the possible work with a less friendly White House under Trump, she said she was going to strengthen European autonomy. So very interesting statements. So we got news coming from Slovakia and Hungary. So Slovakia and Hungary said they stopped receiving oil from the Russia's Lukoil company after tightening sanctions against it. Both countries said they will continue to receive oil from the Russian suppliers, but not Lukoil. So very interesting. So you can see the map in your bottom left corner, the Lukoil supply route. So you can see it goes through Belarus and it gets it goes through Ukraine. So to Ukraine, to Slovakia and Hungary, and if you can see, Ukraine has sanctioned it and it's tightening its grasp around it. So it's going to probably in the end halt all Russian oil going to Hungary and Slovakia. So very interesting. We got news coming from the Serbian president, that the Serbian president said that he would advise Scholz, which is the German chancellor, to reach an agreement on the ceasefire in Ukraine or any terms as soon as possible. He I'm going to quote exactly what he said. The situation in Ukraine will get worse. If Scholz really wanted to hear what I think, then I would conclude a ceasefire agreement as soon as possible. It does not matter on what terms. So that was stated by the Serbian president. Now we got news coming from Poland. So Poland has committed to allocate 0.25% of its GDP to Ukraine for the purchase of weapons. So this was coming from Poland. We've also gotten news that Lithuania has withdrawn from the Convention of Cluster Munitions. So Lithuania will, I'm pretty sure it already has withdrawn. But yeah, sorry, it has withdrawn from the Convention of Cluster Munitions. So very interesting. Now we're going to get some updates from Ukraine. So again, we've got news, and if you can see here in your bottom left corner, these sources are saying Russia's vast stocks of Soviet-era weaponry are running out. So there's no doubt that Russia has lost a lot of equipment during this special military operation or war, whatever you want to call it. But there's been an estimation that Russia has lost 3,000 tanks and 5,000 other armored vehicles. The actual numbers may be higher. So this was stated by the Europe White Stocks Last. So very interesting take. And while they published that, we can see here in your bottom left corner another column of T-62Ms seem to be modernized with anti-drone covers at the top going to the front. So they might be running out Soviet weaponry, but I don't know. We'll see. We can see here in the Zaporozhian, I'm pretty sure city or regions, you can see mass Ukrainian protests. So you can see here, yesterday I'm pretty sure we got protests about these electricity blackouts, but it was quite a small one, but this one seems to be more larger. So we might be seeing some more and more protests coming up soon. And we've got some very unfortunate events coming from Kiev. So a 35-year-old Ukrainian woman from Kiev region has set herself on fire after her husband was captured by the, taken by the enforcement officers, the recruiters. The woman was badly burnt and burns over 80% of her body. So now we've got some stuff coming from the front line. So if you can see this Colombian mercenary, so this is obviously a mercenary, as I stated, from Colombia, and he shares his views on the front line. So if you don't want to watch it, just skip forward into the video. But if you want to watch it, here you go.
Y los dejaron solos en una guerra contra un gigante. Usted no se imagina lo que usted ve acá. Comando, muchacho, el que sea, no venga acá por necesidad ni porque le gusta. No, acá va a encontrar la muerte. Acá se pudo trabajar en un tiempo, se podía sostener una trinchera y ganarse 3, 4 sueldos. Ahorita no, no se puede. La artillería que tiene Rusia en este momento es demasiado potente. Si aquí tienen un cañón, allá tienen 10. Si aquí tienen un dron, allá tienen cientos de drones. Entonces, muchachos, entiendan, esto es una guerra injusta y es una guerra desigual. El hecho es que no permitan que sus hijos, familiares, hermanos y compatriotas vengan a morir acá. Es falso todos esos videitos de TikTok. Algunos les pagan solo por traer gente. Ojo con eso. Acá sus cuerpos quedan botados en las trincheras y ni siquiera los recuperan. La gran mayoría de cuerpos quedan destrozados. Entonces, al no haber cuerpo, usted es declarado desaparecido en combate. No hay acta de defunción, por lo tanto no hay seguro, no hay nada. No hay nada. Y acá, en los últimos días, hemos perdido a más de 10 compatriotas. Más de 10 compatriotas. No es justo venir a morir y quedar acá, que sus cuerpos se descompongan en un potrero y que las ratas y los cuervos se alimenten de ellos y su familia quede sufriendo allá. No le den problemas a su familia, por favor. Yo estoy luchando por salud.
So, very interesting video. He said, first that Russia is a giant and how they've got more artillery and stuff. So this was coming from the Ukrainian mercenary. So very interesting thoughts coming from this Colombian man. We've got news coming from the process of productions coming from Russia. So in this city here. So the process of production of 9 Su-35s jet fighters and 3 of the latest Su-57s in the workshops in this city here. So there seems to be quite a bit of fighters on production in Russia just in this one city. So very interesting. We've got news coming from Moscow that the Russian court has sentenced US citizen Michael Travis Leak to 13 years in jail for drug smuggling. So the American was accused of running a drug ring involving young people. The second person on Michael's right, the woman, was also found guilty too. So, very interesting. We've got news coming from North Korea that Kim Jong-un had a meeting with the Russian military declaration. He expressed strong support and firm solidarity of the DPRK authorities and people with the special operation in Ukraine. So the North Korean leader also noted that the armies of the DPRK, so North Korea and Russia, should play an important role in protecting regional and global space. So that was stated by Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un apparently also tours a new luxury beach resort. So Kim Jong-un took something of a mini working holiday earlier this week, visiting a brand new beach resort on the country's east coast. So, if you can see here, North Korea has constructed like a new luxury beach. So, apparently it's not officially open until next May. So, very interesting. We've got news coming from Bangladesh. So, apparently there's been some massive riots and chaos in this country, well, in this city. There's been reports of Bangladesh authorities and government have to bring armored vehicles. So the clashes between police and government forces and students continue. So I don't know the full information about this Bangladesh thing that's happening here, but I'll make sure to keep you updated on it. So we've got news coming from Japan. So Japan has offered to provide Ukraine with $3.3 billion, a loan, $3.3 billion loan. So the loan is to repair the proceeds of Russia's frozen assets. So very interesting. We've got some USA statements coming from America. So Donald Trump. Donald Trump stated that America is going to build an Iron Dome over the country. He also stated, I will quote Donald Trump, "I will end every single international crisis that the current administration has created." That was stated by Trump. Turkish President Erdogan has held a phone call with Donald Trump too. Erdogan calls the assassination attempt on him an attack on democracy. Erdogan has also expressed hope on the upcoming US elections that would benefit relations between Turkey and America, according to the Turkish leader's office. Hulk Hogan, the WWE superstar, also did attend this Donald Trump meeting, so he expressed his support of Donald Trump. And the last news today is coming from Israel. So the Israeli parliament increases compulsory military service term. So very interesting. I won't get into it that much. But I am Non-Scene News. I will try and provide you the news that medias around the world do not show you. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I see you again soon. Bye.